Howdy all, Ruckus here with a look at the latest vehicle to make the jump from PC to Blitz. If you love your tank destroyers and you often feel the need for speed, then this may be right up your alley. And so without any further ado, I present to you the E-25, a German premium tier 7 non-turreted tank destroyer, and at over 400 games played, one of my favourite vehicles from back on PC. In its original form, the E-25 was considered by many an OP vehicle. It sent more than its fair share of players running to the forums crying for it to be nerfed, so I was very interested to see whether my beloved little cockroach had survived the jump to Blitz with all its trollish characteristics intact. And the answer to that? Almost. The rate of fire of the 7.5cm L70 on the E-25 has been rebalanced from a ridiculous 20 rounds per minute down to a more manageable but still class leading 13.3 rounds per minute. In all other respects, our lightning emblazoned Blitz version is a carbon copy from PC, and what I'm going to show you today is a unique tank destroyer that gets by on its speed, its size and its stealth. Okay, let's have a quick look at the key points of the E-25, starting with the armor, or should I say lack thereof, because at 50mm of frontal armor on both the upper and lower plate maximum, this is definitely not a vehicle you want to be going head to head against your enemies in. Thankfully though, you won't need to, because the E-25 is one of the most maneuverable tanks in the game. The 65km/h top speed is unbeaten by anything it can come up against, and a light tank class power to weight ratio allows for very rapid repositioning and flanking maneuvers. It's also a notoriously difficult target to hit, as this size comparison I'm flashing up will show you. The E-25 has the smallest silhouette of any of the tier 7 tank destroyers by far. In fact, it's got the smallest silhouette of any of the tier 7s. And if you're hooking along at top speed or ducking in and out of cover, you are going to be a terribly hard target to draw a bead on. As well as making you hard to hit, that small size will also prevent you from being spotted in the first place, because detectability ranges in Blitz are largely determined by vehicle class and size. Tank destroyers and light tanks are the stealthiest classes of vehicles, and the smaller you are, the shorter your detectability range is. A smart player using good concealment can expect to put rounds on target without fear of retaliation, a very important trait for a tank with absolutely no armor. Those rounds will be coming from a low caliber 7.5cm main gun, a high rate of fire but low alpha damage weapon with the best accuracy and aim time stats of any of the tier 7 tank destroyers. Gun elevation is poor, but depression is quite good, allowing a player to make use of terrain as cover, and a wide horizontal gun traverse arc allows moving targets to be tracked without repositioning. Being such a low caliber weapon, we shouldn't expect the round performance of its 7.5cm L70 gun to be particularly outstanding, and that is certainly the case. Its standard AP rounds are the worst performing for tier 7 tank destroyers, and even its gold APCR rounds underperform standard rounds for some of the larger caliber guns of that tier. But thankfully, the E-25 gets preferential matchmaker, so you won't ever need to fire that weapon at E-75s or IS-8s. Still, most tier 8 vehicles are going to be too tough a nut to crack from the front, and E-25 drivers should always have in mind a flanking maneuver into an enemy's side or rear. To finish up, I'm going to quickly run you through a couple of my suggested equipment and consumable loadouts and the playstyle that suits each one best. As a general purpose setup, I would select the repair kit, multi-purpose restoration kit and chocolate for consumables, and camouflage netting, binoculars and the tank gun rammer in the equipment slots. This loadout accentuates the stealthiness of the E-25 whilst bringing the rate of fire up to 15 rounds per minute. Ideally, you would play as a second line vehicle, allowing your teammates to do the bulk of the spotting and to soak up hits whilst you stay well out of sight. But by moving from cover to cover and using the binoculars to scout ahead, this setup also allows a player to go on the offensive while still remaining undetected. But for a more dynamic, balls to the wall style of game, I would select multi-purpose restoration pack, engine power boost and adrenaline in consumables, and the tank gun rammer, vents and coated optics in the equipment slots. This combination is better suited to large open maps. The engine power boost guaretees you are the first to arrive at your chosen destination, and the adrenaline combined with the gun rammer bring the rate of fire up to 20 rounds per minute. By running this setup, a player can aggressively push into a key first position and often catch the enemy unawares and out in the open, allowing your team an early advantage. If superior enemy forces arrive, you have the top speed and power to wait to get out of there and back to a more defensible position. Another option is to wait until mid-game, when the enemy have committed to an attack and all their positions are known. This setup allows for a rapid flanking maneuver into the enemy's rear, where the DPM boost brought about by the adrenaline and gun rammer combination can best be put to use. Whilst these two playstyles vary widely, the common theme is to never let your enemies pin you down. You don't have the armor, but you do have the stealth and the speed, and these are the two strengths you'll need to take advantage of to do well in the E-25. And so that's it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this preview. Good luck in game, and I will see you all on the next one. Peace.